Tomorrow's race being a world championship, like I think you put a lot of focus on it, and I've had an entire year to think about being in shape, and rather than think about it, I just did it. And being here tomorrow, you know, we could say I'll be in world championship shape or world record shape, but I promise all of you I'm going to take home the win.
I'm here, well, good question really, because every time I say to myself, this time I'm not going to do it, because I know how much strain it is on like physically and mentally, but then I remember how great it feels when you're done with the Hyrox, so that's why I'm here, for the feeling afterwards.
I love Hyrox because it's a really demanding discipline. It's a mix of endurance and strength workouts where everything is really standardized. You know exactly what you train for, and that's really very demanding in mentally terms, because you know your pace, you know what you have to do to achieve that pace, that goal, and to be better, and you also know the pace of the other competitor.
I feel fairly prepared. I've definitely come into races feeling more prepared, but no matter how prepared you are, it hurts every time, so I'm mentally prepared for the pain.
Ich bin der Norbert, bin 55 Jahre, bin im Beruf Maler, habe einen eigenen Malerbetrieb und bin über den Michael zum Hyrox gekommen, habe mich animieren lassen und mir gefällt auch der Mix aus Kraft und Ausdauer. Ich bin kein Ausdauertyp, reiner Ausdauertyp, komme aus dem Fußball und habe mich begeistern lassen, mit ihm qualifiziert in Karlsruhe und möchte heute was reißen.
Der Grund, warum wir heute hier sind, zum einen Mal, weil wir uns qualifiziert haben und zum anderen Mal, weil für mich Hyrox einfach die geilste Sportart ist, die es gibt für mich. Ich kann laufen, bin zu schwer zum Laufen, aber habe deswegen auch noch etwas Kraft, von daher die Kombination perfekt für mich.
Ich fühle mich gut vorbereitet, weil durch die ganze Zeit jetzt ohne Wettkämpfe konnte ich an meinen Schwächen arbeiten. Durch das Elite 12 Event in Hamburg habe ich nochmal so ein bisschen Zeit bekommen, wo vielleicht noch ein paar Stellen sind, wo man oder ein paar Workouts, ein paar Kniffe, ein paar Techniken, wo man dran arbeiten muss. Und ja, ich denke, ich fühle mich gut vorbereitet. Man weiß natürlich jetzt nicht so gut, wo man steht, aber das Problem haben wir alle. Also es wird ein offener Fight morgen.
When you are in this business, you look around and you look into other areas and where you think you can develop something new. And I started really looking at fitness and the whole fitness industry and fitness community. Well, I realized that there are these millions and millions and millions of people going to the gym 5 times a week, whatever. And except of this great CrossFit product, but when it comes to events, I realized that there are no events for all these millions of people that love to do fitness, but they can never compete, they can never participate in a fitness race or fitness competition. Other than when you are a runner, you can run every weekend a marathon. This is a massive opportunity, no one is doing this, no one has ever offered that. And then we sat down, how can you create something that is really mass participation? It was clear for us we want to do something everyone can do, from the fittest person on earth to very, very average fit people. So it's based on time.
There's just no event for me that it has so much energy. I just love how so many people, like spectators, they give us energy, and then also, of course, when you're doing the event, you're so much in your own tunnel and doing your own thing, and it's really difficult to get that tunnel during a normal training session or any other competition.
Zentriert will ich sagen, das ist für die Zuschauer toll und egal von Profis, man hat es vorher gesehen, die Elite Wave bis zur normalen Klasse, da ist einfach ein geniales Flair, eine geniale Atmosphäre und das macht einfach Spaß.
I think the beautiful thing about Hyrox is it's like this beautiful blend of fitness and strength. Like I really want to know who's the fastest, who's the fittest athlete, and I've met a lot of them. And then I meet these athletes who are the strongest people in the world. They can lift 1,000 pounds, they can bench 1,000 pounds, they can throw 1,000 pounds. But then there's that athlete that can do both. And I've always wanted to be the best at everything. And I finally found a sport where I was able to do it all and then kind of beat my chest at the end of the day and say I'm a world champion of it all.
Also Hyrox hat absolut meinen Fokus im Sport verändert, weil ich einfach nochmal anders auf Sport schaue. Ich finde, bei Hyrox hat diese psychische Komponente, das Mentale einen ganz großen Stellenwert, weil einfach man in einer Stunde ganz viele Höhen und Tiefen durchläuft und da auch viel Erfahrung zugehört und man ja immer wieder aus Hyrox-Wettkämpfen lernt. Und den perfekten Hyrox-Athleten gibt es nicht und von daher ist wieder jeder Wettkampf für einen was Neues.
It's definitely made me focus more on an endurance side. So previously I was very all in on CrossFit, and that is a ton of strength building. And I've definitely let that go, and I've had a lot more fun with my training transitioning over.
Hyrox definitely made me stronger. Not only mentally, or not only physically, but also mentally, because just because you do things and then, like for example the sled, every time I think I'm not going to be able to move that thing, and then you kind of manage somehow. Those little things that you kind of show yourself what you can do, that makes you stronger.
Unbedingt. Also aus meiner Sicht, Hyrox hat mich mental stärker gemacht und physisch sowieso. Wie gesagt, der Mix aus Kraft und Ausdauer. Ich merke einfach, dass ich auch ganz andere Körperspannung habe, andere Körperhaltung. Mehr Kraft, mehr Ausdauer und auch im Allgemeinbefinden einfach stabiler geworden bin. Ganz klar ein Plus.
We are building a fully new category of athletes that have a different kind of talent and strengths. And it's already the case that I would be very convinced that no other athlete, wherever it's CrossFit or triathlon or running or whatever you take, would have the chance to beat our top Hyrox athletes we already have found, and people that are already athletes, amazing athletes that are already training Hyrox style like for the past 2 years or 3 years. So they already are specialized, and of course they have a special talent for that. So yeah, 100%, and I think it will grow, and we will see even better athletes coming around in 5 or 10 years, because when you start now at a young age to train for this very specifically, we will see probably athletes that are breaking the world records with a time we cannot imagine it's possible today.
Hyrox is probably the most exciting feeling I've had, competing in races, because of the way that the stadium's designed. You run up this amazing ramp, there's this huge banner, there's a big TV, and there's a lot of noise and a lot of energy behind it. And it's just after the hardest station. You have to finish 100 wall balls. You know, most people, you think of just squatting up and down and throwing a ball. 100 is an easy number to think of, but that's the last mountain you have to climb to get to the peak. You know what I mean? It's the very last thing, and it's very hard. And for me, it's freedom from the pain, but also knowing that it was this incredible ebb and flow of a journey. And I love the training. The training is the journey, and the race is the celebration. And I'm grateful, and I'm looking forward to being a champion again.
Wer ist der King? Ruft der Tobi.
Ja, also es war unglaublich, der Wettkampf. Ich kann es bisher nicht wirklich glauben, was ich da heute geschafft habe. Aber mir wurde nach dem Sled Pull klar, dass heute Hunter McIntyre zu schlagen ist. Und das hat mich so unglaublich motiviert. Und ich habe mich über jedes Workout gefreut, wo ich noch vor ihm geblieben bin, und habe mich immer wieder weiter gepusht und angetrieben, auch die vielen Zuschauer, die mich da angefeuert haben. War mir aber bis Wallball 90 nicht sicher, weil ich auch nie genau die Abstände wusste. Ich habe das dann nicht mehr so mitbekommen, weil der Tunnel ist da, und ja, ich habe dann nur zwischendurch gehört, ich bin irgendwie nur noch 10 Wallballs. Ich wusste auch nicht, wer neben mir ist, das bekommt man alles nicht mehr mit. Habe dann aber nochmal Gas gegeben und ja, habe dann ja doch noch mit ganz guten Vorsprung gewonnen, aber unfassbar. Also ich habe ja, wie man auf den Bildern sehen kann, geheult im Ziel. Da stehe ich auch zu, da darf auch mein Mann seine Emotionen freien Lauf lassen. Ich bin überwältigt und ja, emotional echt total überwältigt, ja, wirklich.
I think basically today I learned that if you really want to be the world champion of a sport like this, like, you do need to be really focused. I think, you know, in more recent months I've been focused on trying to accomplish things like marathon running and other objectives, and, you know, I came into this thinking, like, you know, I'm a world champion, I should be able to pull it off. And we learned today that there's a lot of really, really hardworking athletes out there. Toby is somebody I think is an incredible athlete. I've said it before. He's super, super talented. And you just saw the guy put the work in beforehand and put the work in today. And I'm proud to say he's a world champion.
Lauren, we got a new world record!
I really can't ever feel like I'm winning because you don't know what's going to happen in those wall balls. You do a run, a lunge, a run right into the wall balls, and sometimes your legs cooperate and sometimes they don't. So I have to be careful all the way up through that last wall ball.
Ja, eine wahnsinnige Explosion von Glücksgefühlen, dass man es geschafft hat, dass man durch ist. Und ja, in dem Moment sind die Schmerzen gar nicht da, die man natürlich, die nach und nach kommen. Das ist einfach pure Freude, pure Emotion, dass man durch ist, dass man es geschafft hat. Und es ist ja nicht nur rein sportlich bezogen, wenn man das Ganze durchzieht. Man hat im Laufe eines Rennens, wie eingangs schon erwähnt, immer mal so Höhen und Tiefen. Mal läuft es besser, mal läuft es schlechter. Aber wenn man sich dann da durchkämpft und letzten Endes ankommt, bringt es meiner Meinung nach auch generell was fürs Leben, wenn man da Herausforderungen hat zu wissen, okay, egal, jetzt ist gerade eine Situation, die nicht so gut ist, aber jetzt einfach dranbleiben, durchbeißen, und dann bekommt man das auch irgendwie geschafft.
Our new champion in the Elite Pro category, Tobias Lautmann.
Well, I think it's the first real tough barrier for Hyrox for male athletes is 55 minutes. It's like really like a iconic barrier. It will take 2 to 3 years that someone will break that record. And the same for women, sub 1 hour. I think it will take also probably 2 to 3 years. And the logic is that we see now these amazing talents coming in, and if you give them 2 or 3 more years of very specific training, I think they will gain these 2 minutes or 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes to be faster, and then to be that fast and break these records. But it's we will see. Maybe it's 5 years, but my guessing is not longer.